Thank you for staying with us on the Pulse. Now time for the sport. I'm Gary L. Smith. And so it all comes down to this. A Manchester derby, possibly to decide the fate of the Premier League title this season. It's been heavily built up, but we're a couple of hours away from the kickoff of that game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer speaking about a couple of things, including the fact that Man City will be snapping at their heels. But first of all, let's see what the head-to-head between the two City rivals is like so far. Before we bring in Eriko Ampofo. If it looks snazzy, it does feel snazzy as well. Eriko Ampofo is with me here in the studio. Have we had a significant Manchester derby as this in previous seasons? I'll say yes, last seasons.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And we've had one.
Last season was great.
Yeah, Pogba, spoiling the party
for City.
For Jose Mourinho. They won eventually, but I think this season would
for Pep Guardiola, I mean.
Yeah, Pep Guardiola still won eventually, but I think
they wanted to win
against their rivals.
Yes,
yeah, of course.
the title.
It is that big when you talk about these two clubs in Manchester. But I think this season's or this edition of the Manchester derby, which will be the 178th time that they are meeting, I think it would be the most sophisticated ever, because you have a Manchester United team who've lost 3 of their last 5 games. It's been a bad run of form for the Red Devils, and they would love to turn the tables around, especially considering that they want to get Champions League football, with Chelsea ahead of them by 3 points. This is their game in hand, and anything by a win could tamper with their Champions League hopes. But of course, if Manchester United are to win, it means that they are carrying the title from the hands of a City rival to a fiercer rival in Liverpool, who they do not want to catch up to them in terms of the total tally of Premier League trophies. From a Manchester United fan base, I wouldn't say the players, because I don't know what's going through their heads. But for the fan base, of course, there's this dilemma as to whether a win would be worth it to go into the Champions League and give Liverpool a notch ahead in the title race, or just sacrifice it for Manchester City, who is a City rival but is so far off in terms of titles won so far in the Premier League. So from a fan perspective, of course, that's the dilemma. But I think it's going to be a very, very good game of football. For United, they would need to first of all correct their defense. They've conceded in their last 11 games, and that's their worst ever record since 1998. So they need to shut up their defense if they're going to have any chance against City, who've had a very, very terrific away form. Overall, they've won their last 10 games, scoring first in an incredible 81.25% of their away games this season. So United should be wary of that all-important first goal. But I think it's going to be a cracker, an opening game, a very open game that we should probably look forward to at Old Trafford.
Right. Speaking ahead of the tie, the Man United boss has a bit to say. So here's a previous snapshot of one of their derbies. This is Manuel Pellegrini time. It's quite old, but it does not change anything as to how big it is. If you've been under a rock, the dynamics are simple. United could possibly be the kingmaker this season, because do they want Liverpool to win the title, which is a big no, or are they more concerned about their top 4?
In celebration that Ollie's at the wheel since he first arrived as caretaker boss. And despite a change in atmosphere and a run of 6 defeats from their last 8 games, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has insisted that he's still the right man for the road ahead.
I'm confident in my team and myself, and that I'll be ready to take this challenge on. I know it's a big challenge, and that's why I came in when I came in as well. I come in here, I'm going to say I'm going to enjoy this every single second. I don't like losing, but it's a great challenge, and it's a challenge that all the managers at this club has had. When you go through bad results, you've got to still be confident enough to say this is the way we're going to do it, and we're planning ahead.
They'll need to banish that 4-0 defeat you saw in your shot very, very quickly. How do United win this realistically, tactically? How?
I think Paul Pogba would be crucial to any chance of United grabbing something from this game. He scored their last 4 goals from competitive football, so there's definitely an over-reliance on him. And whenever he doesn't come to the party, Manchester United seem not to appear at all at the party. And a typical example is the game against Everton. So I think that we need to see Pogba involved. The last time that they beat them, Pogba was at the centre. So Ole has to find a way of motivating him if he stands a chance. For Manchester City, I do see them playing more of the same and trying to, of course, go for a win in this game.
Thank you, Reku. He gives us incessant few words, actually, what United need to do. Game is tonight. We'll be here. I'll be here at 8:30 to let you know what the score is at that time. I'm Gary Al Smith, and that's the sport for now.